All right, welcome to Make a Path Presents. I'm Ronnie Hayes, and today I want to impulsively click record and talk about something that's in the headlines. Normally, I wouldn't really discuss this. This isn't really headline worthy. Maybe if you're interested in pirated stuff, or maybe it's a slow news day. But The Walking Dead has taken over as the most pirated show of 2018. Now, with that being said, there's a caveat to that. Game of Thrones has been number one, I think, for years now, and The Walking Dead has the number 2 spot, but Game of Thrones has not had a new episode in 2018, and The Walking Dead has. Hence why The Walking Dead has now taken the number 1 spot. But one main reason why I kind of wanted to make a mini video and discuss this is to see what you guys... Well, that's not right. To hear from a lot of you about how you watch The Walking Dead. I personally watch it on AMC when it airs, and then when I review and get clips for the Deeper Into videos, I buy the episode on Amazon, and then I screen grab it from there. And again, I buy it, I don't even torrent it, I don't do any of that, I don't watch it online, whoop-de-whoop. I probably should, maybe I'd save money that way, but I'm curious how many people in the Map family do watch it online. There's probably a number of reasons why I can make excuses why I don't. Not trusting websites, not trusting my own ability to run a computer to be able to get around viruses and stuff like that. But I've always felt strongly in supporting something when I can. Like if it's $2 an episode in my position right now, I'm going to do it. You know what I'm saying? Not only that, I'm making videos, so I'll make that $2 back. Almost definitely at least that $2, you know what I mean? So for me, it's not really that big of a deal. But when it comes to more independent things, I am a stubborn ass when it comes to supporting independent creators. Mostly because I've been there. I am an independent creator, not only with the YouTube channel, but with my comic book Doomsday Kingdom. And I am well aware, especially getting into the comic book industry and trying to pinch pennies any way we can, because there's really a small margin for profit when it comes to comics. I really see firsthand how hard it is when you're coming up as an independent. So for me, I think I'm really stubborn in that aspect, and that comes for all the arts. I don't care if it's a TV show or a YouTube channel or music or art, or if you're a painter or if you draw or if you're doing pictures or cover art. Even if you're doing digital art or graphic design, I mean, there's so much that goes into that, especially your time and especially things that are so time consuming. So I am over the top stubborn. I just want to put that out there, but I don't want to make this video about judging how you watch The Walking Dead. But I am curious because I think this adds to the topic of The Walking Dead's ratings. And the ratings don't happen the way we think. I mean, maybe there's a new way they do ratings. I know a lot of people talk in the comments about how they didn't watch it tonight. They watched it over their girlfriend's house or their parents' house. So The Walking Dead didn't get their ratings because they weren't home to watch it when they normally are. That's not how it works. I tried looking into the specifics multiple times, and a lot of the articles are dated a few years old, so some go back to like 2011, and I don't know if they do it differently now, but how they get the ratings is they get one pool of people, let's say it's 5,000 people, and they actually go out and put a meter on their shit, and then they pull how many people are watching from that 5,000, and they do an estimate. It's a base estimate. So they're not tracking everyone. I've always wondered that too, because I have AMC on at all times. I don't watch TV. I only watch it because it's included in the rent, and I only watch The Walking Dead on TV. Everything else I watch online. You know what I mean? Netflix or HBO. I don't watch TV. So AMC is constantly on, and the cable box is constantly on. It doesn't shut off. So how do they know when my TV is on and when it's off? Am I always giving them views? That's what I was thinking. But then when I looked it up, no, it's only this pool of people. You have to, I guess, volunteer for it or sign up for it. And it's a select group, and they come out and put boxes on your equipment, and they monitor what you watch and what you don't watch. And then they make an estimate based off of that. And I don't know what other, equations they put into the math there. I don't know if they do it yearly, and then they do an average and then add that to what the estimate could be. All I know is there's only a small group of people, between 1,000 to like 5,000 people, who have these monitors on it, and then they pull an estimate for how many people watch worldwide based off of that group. You see what I'm saying? And again, if it's been updated, then put the information down in the comment box, but please don't just guess or assume and then put it down in the comment box, because that's how we get all confused. What I know is what I read from official sites on the internet, and that is the most current that I've heard of or that I've read of. But how do you guys watch it? Are there a ton of people watching? Because that might lead to or help kind of debunk this argument that The Walking Dead is dying, because it's been at the top of so many lists. It's been at the top of all the most watched lists, or the biggest fan bases, the most views for the year, and that's officially online. But now it's on the most pirated, and it's been the second. It's been the runner-up for years now. I think since it's been on, Game of Thrones and The Walking Dead has been at the top. And that isn't just adding to the money they make off of The Walking Dead by advertising. Those people who pirate it, I'm sure family members buy them Walking Dead merch for Christmas. I'm sure they themselves buy some Walking Dead merch. I'm sure they buy the Blu-ray, and I'm sure it's so spread out, enough through all the merchandising that helps lend an understanding to how The Walking Dead is making plans for these movies and multiple more seasons, 10 more years of The Walking Dead, and everyone just looks at the views. They're like, the ratings are going down. How and why The Walking Dead is dead? A lot of people are saying that, but if you look at the bigger picture, if you look at all of it, that probably isn't the case at all. I was thinking that they're saying The Walking Dead will be on in 10 years, but it probably has 3 more years at best. We know they got 3 movies coming out. They have a 3-year deal with Norman and Melissa McBride. So I'm guessing maybe around 3 years. But it might be, in fact, that 10 more years of The Walking Dead TV show. At least the original show. There's definitely going to be some type of show going on, whether it's a spinoff or it's new movies on their service, AMC Premiere. But I'm kind of curious. How do you guys watch The Walking Dead show? How many of you guys are watching it illegally, or with torrents, or on websites, or bootlegged in some sort of way? I personally don't, mostly because I'm too stupid when it comes to computer stuff. I'll get a virus or some dumb shit like that, Anyway, I have watched bootleg movies on websites years ago, but I always found it to be a pain in the ass. There was always something that was a pain in the ass. And for me, it's like, I'll pay this $5 to watch the movie because I got no problems. You click play and it's done. You know what I'm saying? But you guys put that down in the comment box. And the last thing I want to throw in here real quick is this article about the Robert Kirkman, the creator of The Walking Dead, making a comment about recycled plots. And I just wanted to hear your thoughts and opinions about this, because he made a comment in the Letterhacks of the most recent issue of The Walking Dead. And it was interesting what he said, but I did want to add to that. Real quick, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, somebody asked him in the Letterhacks. It says here, in a letter from Danny the MC, The Walking Dead was accused of having only one plot, which is one that sees Rick and company meet another group of people, a fight breaks out, Rick and company win, and simplifying the premise of the storyline of a hefty amount would make this true to some extent. And Danny went on to reference a story when he saw on TV, which he thoroughly enjoyed more than anything he read in the comics, where the bit Lizzie kills Mika to show that the zombies aren't bad. Now, Kirkman did point out that that was in the comic. It was just remixed differently between Billy and Ben. So it's funny he picked out a comic, storyline that they used in the show, and he tried to show that was why the show was better, because it does things differently than the comic. But yeah, the scenes are different. They're definitely different. They're both enjoyable. I think both worked real well. But another thing I want to add to this is, whether it's Sons of Anarchy, whether it's anything, there's always that repetition. Like, I'm cool with The Walking Dead constantly running into conflict between other people and the zombies. I'm here to watch them survive. I don't know what else you want them to do. I mean, if there's something different, I'm cool with natural disasters as well. I'm there for the survival aspect, whether it's natural, disasters or people or, zombies. But when you look at Sons of Anarchy, what do you see over and over again? And it's still fun. I love the entire series, but what do you see over and over again? They're getting around the law. Either different officers or the same officers or whatever. The local police, the friggin' FBI, they're evading the law. Differently, but it's still simply evading the law. And then in the flip side, they're fighting gangs, rival gangs. Sometimes they make a peace. Sometimes people betray them. So if you look at the law as human villains in The Walking Dead and the rival gangs as the zombies in The Walking Dead, you'll see this in a lot of different stuff that it does repeat. But with The Walking Dead, I feel like it is a lot more obvious because it's two simple things. Humans, zombies. You know what I'm saying? You could pick out any show, even Dexter. Dexter has one main theme, actually two, it's all the same. There's always a mentor in almost every season, and he's trying not to get caught and keeping a secret. You know what I'm saying? So no matter what show you pick out, there's always going to be some type of repetition. I personally don't hold that against The Walking Dead. There are some things, like recently in the comic, we're having a new community that's big, and it just feels like it's a repeated Alexandria storyline. However, there's little differences. I'm giving it a chance. I can't wait to see what kind of twist is coming, because there has to be a twist. It just feels a lot like the same, but it could turn out to be wildly different, and that's what I'm waiting for. So I just want to hear your thoughts and opinions on the ratings for the illegal downloads, and then obviously for the repeating storyline, because that is a one con I see in all top lists when it comes to The Walking Dead. A lot of people are annoyed about the human villains and then the Walker villains and then repeating it all over again. So put your thoughts and opinions. Sorry about this out of nowhere video. Sometimes I get these things I want to talk about and I just want to pop it up there. So thoughts and opinions in that comment box. I'm done talking. It's your turn.